Now, he is the media tycoon famed for his parties as much as his politics. With Silvio Berlusconi, there is rarely a dull moment. We had thought his political career was over, but maybe not.
Maybe not. The 81-year-old is making an unlikely comeback. Mr. Berlusconi has told the BBC that he is the best option for the country in the upcoming general election. He also had a few words of advice for our reporter, Sofia Bettiza, who sent this from Rome.
Forza Italia! Forza di libertà!
Many thought he was politically finished, done. But Silvio Berlusconi, Italy's four-time prime minister, is making a comeback. His centre-right coalition is set to win the most votes in the general election in 2 weeks' time. Outside of Italy, Berlusconi is famous for his love of women and his ability to remain fresh-faced. But in many parts of this country, he is much more than that.
I'm voting for Berlusconi. He's experienced. I trust him. I'm sure he's learned from his mistakes.
He's built a good coalition. He has my full confidence.
Berlusconi can't technically become prime minister. In 2013, he was banned from public office because of his criminal convictions for tax fraud. But he can still lead his party. When I caught up with him, I asked why he thinks he's the best person for the job.
I was ousted from politics because of an unbelievably shameful sentence. The Italian people know that everything that's been said about me is false, that all the accusations are made up. They never stopped trusting me. And I have governed this country for longer than anyone else.
His main challenge will come from the Five Star Movement, an anti-establishment political party on the rise. So in a couple of weeks, Silvio Berlusconi, a man who can't be elected as an MP and isn't even allowed to vote, could be back in power, leading a grand coalition in parliament here. This would be, in effect, the fifth time he's led this country. Despite the prominence of feminist campaigns worldwide, including movements like Me Too, it seems many Italian women can look beyond Berlusconi's alleged sex scandals.
He is my idol. All men are like that. He was just a fool because he got caught.
Me Too is not so strong in Italy as it has been in the Anglo-Saxon countries. People doesn't remember very well the night of Berlusconi, all the scandals. It's something far away in our memory.
And not many interviews with prominent politicians end like this these days.
Don't shake hands like that, too strong. Men will think, this one is going to beat me up, and no one will marry you. Let's try again. No, a little less. Who is ever going to marry you? I'm joking. You have to joke every once in a while.
For many, the idea that Berlusconi would run the country again was itself a joke a year ago. But the man Italians either love or hate seems on the verge of yet another comeback. Sofia Bettiza, BBC News, Rome.
As you know, John, I once had the best job in television. I was the correspondent in Rome for 2 years, and I've covered one or two Italian elections. They tend to come around quite frequently, you might have noticed. And there's one thing I have learned from my time in Rome, and that was never, ever write off Silvio Berlusconi. He is the definition of a political survivor.
Well, I'm just trying to think of anyone in politics today who might fit that kind of description of a populist, outspoken, controversial,
know anyone?
Bit of a reputation where women are concerned. Nothing's coming to mind.
This is Beyond 100 Days from the BBC.